We heard from Angel Reese today, and we heard from Tyler Marsh. Tyler Marsh, folks, let's send our best wishes to Tyler Marsh. He's about to be called every name under the book. Sellout, Uncle Tom. They didn't even think, they didn't have the forethought to even say, this is what our story is going to be, and we need to stick to it. This is what our alibi is going to be, and we need to stick to it.
The WNBA has launched an investigation into alleged racist remarks. But here's the twist. There's no actual evidence. Now, Chicago Sky head coach Tyler Marsh may have unintentionally blown the controversy wide open. What he revealed about what he did, or didn't, hear during the game is absolutely shocking. Did Marsh just accidentally uncover the truth behind the league's most talked about investigation?
There was actually something newsworthy said today in regards to the alleged hateful fan comments made toward Angel Reese during the Fever and Sky game on Saturday, because the Sky actually gathered for practice today, and they spoke, and both the coach and Reese spoke.
In a statement, rocking the basketball world, Marsh admitted something that directly challenges Angel Reese's account. So here's the real question. Why is the WNBA launching a full investigation based solely on social media buzz? No video, no audio, no eyewitness reports, just online rumors. Instead of celebrating a historic matchup, we're chasing a story that might not even be real. And what Reese posted online, it doesn't match the victim narrative being pushed. If you're backing Indiana, drop a "I've got the fever" in the comments. This is about to get wild.
More notable comments came from Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky. Here is what he said without further ado, which is probably the biggest bit of information, actual information we've gotten since this whole can of worms was opened, other than the actual statement.
Coach Tyler Marsh said just 6 words, but they landed like a bombshell. "I heard when everyone else did." That was his exact response when asked when he first heard about the alleged racist remarks. Think about that. The head coach of the Chicago Sky, courtside the entire game, only found out when it hit Twitter. Marsh added, "I think it's something we heard about. We're just being forthcoming with whatever the league wants to do investigation-wise." Translation: they saw the same tweets as the rest of us.
Talk about investigation, what your team is with us, investigation.
Yeah, I think we agree. I think we're, in compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room or space in our game for hate. So we're complying with everything that's going on.
Coach, when did you become aware that there was hate speech that happened?
I think when everyone else did. I think that it's something that we heard about, and so. Again, we're just forthcoming with anything that the league is able to do investigation-wise.
The Sky organization didn't witness anything during the game. They're responding to the same social media posts we all saw. Not one player mentioned it during the game, not in timeouts, not during substitutions.
Just a quick follow-up on it. Just because you coached in Indiana, did you ever have any issues with that while you were coaching there?
I think my focus was always on the team and on the organization and doing my job as best as I could. And so, it's kind of what it is.
Were you learning this throughout the game or just at that moment?
Oh, I was concentrated on our team and what we were doing game plan-wise against Indiana.
Not a single Sky player brought anything up during the game. Not during timeouts, not during substitutions. No one raised a flag. The entire Sky organization is reacting to the same social media noise the rest of the public saw.
But the telling admission is, we found out, or I found out when everyone else did. When did you become aware? When everyone else did. What does that indicate? That the Sky did not know or did not hear anything in real time or see anything in real time. So that makes the Sky, that makes the Fever, that makes me, that makes everyone I talked to who was in the arena, everyone else who has spoken from the arena.
Still, the WNBA launched a full-scale investigation. Their statement reads, "The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. Strong words, but here's what's missing: actual proof. This was a nationally televised game. Multiple camera angles. Courtside microphones picking up every sneaker, squeak, whistle, and bit of trash talk. Yet somehow missed racist slurs? Not a single reporter heard them. No fan recordings. No in-game complaints to security. So why is the league pushing forward with an investigation based entirely on hearsay?
That makes no cameras, no cell phones. So far, no nothing to substantiate the alleged hateful fan comments or fan misconduct, or however you want to label it, which makes me question mightily what the investigation is based on. And I would love to hear on the record what the investigation is based on, because based on all the information we have, the leading theory has to be it's based on the social media nonsense.
It's 2024, an arena packed with smartphones, broadcast cameras, and live microphones. Yet not a single clip or recording captured the alleged racist remarks. No reports from fans, no warnings from announcers, no action from security. So what, exactly, is the WNBA investigating?
There was another post from an account that I think now went private or deactivated that alleged things were said to Reese, but no even proof that that person was there or not. Whether they were there or not, whether they saw or heard anything or not, nothing to back it up. And if that is indeed the case, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It really, really now seems like this is based on social media, and that the social media stuff was based on Sky fans online who couldn't handle getting the belt to the ass, who couldn't handle the beating that the Indiana Fever put out on the Sky there.
Who gains from this story? Look at the scoreboard. Indiana 93, Chicago 58. The Sky were humiliated on their home floor, and Angel Reese was thoroughly outplayed. The WNBA turned social media noise into a full-blown investigation with zero in-game proof. That's not just careless, it's questionable.
After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, not some basketball rivalry hate.
Review the footage, and the narrative doesn't hold. With 4:38 left in the third quarter, Caitlin Clark committed a flagrant one foul on Reese. Reese didn't glance at the crowd. She went straight at Clark. If she'd heard something from the stands, wouldn't her reaction have gone there? But it didn't.
There is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her.
During the entire on-court clash, no one gestured toward the stands, alerted referees, or indicated anything abnormal. Players, coaches, and officials treated it like a standard physical play. The body language told the story. It was just basketball tension, not a response to fan behavior. No warnings, no signals, nothing.
After the foul that Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore, because she was gonna sucker punch Caitlin Clark.
As social media stirred the drama, the Fever were putting on a masterclass. They dismantled the Sky 93-58 in Chicago. Frustration boiled over. When a team gets thoroughly beaten, tempers flare. That's what triggered the Clark-Reese exchange. Not phantom fan remarks, but a blowout loss on home court.
Oh, Tyler Marsh is about to get run out of Chicago. first things first, let's hear what Angel Reese has to say. Let's hear Angel Reese. And if you guys pay attention, listen to her voice and listen to how she's on the edge of breaking down. Very funny.
Hate speech.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA.
Let's also watch the nervous body language, the nervous twitching. Yeah.
Our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone, from so many people across this league, and being able to support me and going through this whole process. Obviously, it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us in this.
How did it affect you Saturday, trying to do your job, trying to play, and having this going on simultaneously?
Yeah, obviously it's tough, but I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people, and obviously in the moment it's hard to hear, but my support system is great.
After suffering a 35-point loss, Angel Reese shifted attention from the scoreboard to the stands, claiming racist fan remarks. But during the game, her focus stayed locked on Caitlin Clark. Then she escalated things online, posting a TikTok calling Clark the white girl running from the fade. The clash was real. The controversy wasn't. Interview 12, rewritten. In her post-game interview, Reese cast herself as the victim, claiming it was tough to hear certain things, despite zero evidence or live game reaction. No teammates, coaches, or referees supported her story. And her online trash talk hours later, it didn't match the role she tried to play.
What do you think the league's response, just coming out right away and getting that investigation going?
Yeah, obviously, like I said, they understand that this is the priority. Obviously, there's no place for this, and they preach. I think 2 days before they put out no hate, no speech. And obviously, the women in this league, they know that, and know there's no space for that. And I believe that every player in this league deserves to be treated with respect and want to come to work and just have fun and have a great environment to work at. So I think they've done a great job putting that out, and we're obviously just going to respond as they need to.
Were you able to?
Damn, I really wish Angel Reese would talk and step up about all of her fans calling people all these nasty names. Oh, how being silent is such a blessing. Such a blessing it is to be silent and have nobody being critical of you.
Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, handled the situation with grace, saying there's no room for hate in the sport, while confirming she didn't hear anything herself. She didn't play the victim. She didn't fuel the chaos. She kept it professional and let her game do the talking.
And like Caitlin said, you know, she answered it perfectly. She said, I didn't hear her say anything, but that doesn't mean anything happened. But now, you know, when you have Caitlin saying that, and Bree Turner saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Stephanie White saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Kyler Marsh saying he found out when everyone else did, and myself, and no one, you know, who was courtside, no cameras, no video, no nothing. What else were you supposed to think? Especially when the entire thing is vague. Especially when the line of questioning to Angel Reese is vague.
This isn't Angel, Reese's first attempt at shifting the spotlight after Clark took over. From mocking Clark in the national title game to now sparking controversy after a crushing loss, the pattern is clear. When Clark dominates, Reese changes the storyline.
No one in those first few questions asked Angel what she saw or heard. Now, according to James Boyd of The Athletic, he said that she was later asked, were you able to give the WNBA details of where the general vicinity was? You heard stuff. And she said, that's not a me question, meaning it wasn't for her. Then later somebody asked, what would you like the league to do with those fans? And Sky PR interrupted, saying she already answered that.
Instead of highlighting a historic WNBA moment, 2.7 million viewers, the most in 25 years, the headlines were hijacked by baseless accusations. The Fever let their 93-58 win speak volumes. The Sky leaned into the noise, but fans weren't fooled. Clark soared, Reese deflected.
But I really wish she would, you know, first someone would ask her, and then, you know, I think when she said it's hard to hear, meaning it's hard to hear as like you don't like to hear, or you couldn't actually hear. Just the whole vague aspect of it, and just kind of everybody just going along with it. When I don't know if there's anything to actually go along with.
Every time Angel Reese gets outplayed, a new controversy mysteriously emerges. While Caitlin Clark focuses on her game and lifts the sport, Reese leans into a victim narrative and lets her fans launch baseless attacks on Clark and her supporters. One stays focused through the noise. The other manufactures it.
But right now, it is not a good look. It is certainly not a good look. Especially after the season just started and you get record ratings. You get record ratings. Caitlin Clark's back, playing awesome basketball, gets a triple-double. Fever looked great. And somehow, it appears a couple of Twitter trolls have completely dictated the coverage of the WNBA.
The WNBA's No Space for Hate campaign is now being misused as a weapon. Criticize Reese's poor play, and you're instantly labeled a hater. She shot 4 for 16 in a 35-point blowout, yet refused to take accountability. Once again, drama steals the spotlight. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues breaking records. No excuses, just excellence.
Hey, Angel, how is it like dealing with the environment of people calling you all those names? Oh, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. Oh, Angel, how did it feel? How did you push through that? Oh, well, obviously it's hard to hear. Wait, did it happen to you, or did you not hear anything happen to you? That's very interesting.
While headlines chased controversy, the Fever delivered a basketball clinic. Lexi Hull battled for 9 points and 9 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston powered through with 19 and 13, and Dana Bonner etched her name in the record books. Indiana shot 47% as a team and held Chicago to just 29%. That's the story that matters.
Angel Reese, the WNBA came out and got ahead of any type of wrongdoing and are starting their own investigation. Can you please tell us what was said? Angel, can you please tell us what the fans said to you? Angel, can you please tell us what you heard when you were sitting at the check-in table? Angel, when you were acting like a complete unhinged lunatic, can you please tell us what the families of 4 were screaming at you from the stands? Oh, that's very interesting. I'm going to assume that this is a whole entire hoax. Is it not, Angel? Angel, do you think the WNBA is the most unserious basketball league in the history of the world? Next question. Oh, okay.
The stats didn't lie. Indiana dominated Chicago in every way. Assists, steals, shooting percentage, rebounds, across the board. Yet instead of celebrating elite team basketball, the focus has shifted to unverified noise. The 2.7 million viewers didn't come for the drama. They came to see the Fever dominate, and that's exactly what happened.
58 points. 30 whatever point win. You know, embarrassing. They got embarrassed, and now this reaction is embarrassing. I almost can't believe it's real.
The WNBA launched a full investigation fueled by tweets, not facts. Even Chicago's own coach admitted he only learned about it after the game, just like everyone else online. So, what really happened? Indiana humiliated Chicago by 35 points. The Fever brought class and talent. Reese and the Sky? Still dodging accountability. If you're with Indiana, drop "I've got the Fever" below and buckle up, because this squad is just getting started.